those who've been here a short time, and you deport them, as he said. Right. But just to go back to the politics of it, yeah, I think he'll take a hit in the conservative community. He will also get credit for being willing to say what he believes. But I think with the broader public, John, he's just now, for the first time, Americans who are not Republicans, independents, are thinking, might Newt Gingrich actually be the candidate? With a lot of those people seeing the humane side of Gingrich tonight, I think was a plus. And, and it's part of, I kept thinking about, this is a man who's also asking for redemption and is seeking redemption in his own personal life.
Now, we're going to watch this one play out. We'll watch how it plays out. These debates have changed the Republican race almost overnight in many cases. Everybody stand by. Still ahead on 360. Was this a make-or-break night for any of these Republican candidates? Final thoughts from our panel next. If you're paying attention to the latest polls, Newt Gingrich came into this debate tonight in a statistical tie at the top of the Republican field with the former Massachusetts Governor Mitt Romney. The first time in the race, former Speaker Gingrich at the front of the pack. His job tonight to try to solidify that position. Did he, or did one of his fellow candidates steal the new frontrunner's thunder? Let's go back to our panel for some final thoughts. David Gergen, I'll start on this end of the group. Your final impression, what did you learn tonight?
Huntsman, best night. Very late in the process. Romney held his own, but seemed to fade a little bit. Didn't have as much airtime, not as dominant. Buzz in the hall, old Newt Gingrich. He had the wind at his back going in. He had a big entourage following him when he left.
Donna?
Newt Gingrich, he was less confrontational, more informational, so I thought he had a good night. John Huntsman, because this is an area where he understands the world. He served under 3 presidents. Herman Cain, he faded from the landscape. But you know what? At the end of the day, we know who should be on the other end of that 3 a.m. phone call. It's Barack Obama.
Why did I know that was coming? I knew it was coming. The Republicans, rightly to your right in the conversation here, Ari Fleischer, final thought.
I agree it's part of that. He can be on the 3 a.m. phone call until January 19th, 2013. Then it's going to change on the line. Another debate, another good night for Newt. But I think the trend you're seeing here is those who have fallen behind are not coming back up. So the question is, when the music stops, who is going to be in the non-Romney chair? Right now it looks like Newt, but this is still so unsettled with Republican voters, 70–80% saying they're not locked in. A lot of time to go.
I think Gingrich, I'm going to have to agree. I think Gingrich took this debate tonight. I thought Huntsman was a little bit more, he came alive. He had some answers that I thought were pretty good. Perry did a lot better this debate than he has the previous debates. I think if he had been doing consistently well, he would be in the top tier as opposed to where he is now. Cain fell by the wayside. Bachmann did good, but she didn't. She needs to be a little bit more aggressive. Her aggressiveness, I think, took it towards the end when she went after Gingrich a little bit.
But I'm going to have to agree. I think Newt Gingrich had a very good debate. The thing about Newt Gingrich, I've covered him for a really long time, is you never know who's going to show up, right? And it could be the good Newt, the smart Newt, the full of ideas Newt, who I think we saw tonight, or it can be the negative, nasty, anti-media, down.
Well, wait a minute on the anti-media stuff. Let's go, hold on.
Newt Gingrich. And I think tonight we saw the first Newt Gingrich, the more positive Newt Gingrich, who sort of had a vision and took on Ron Paul, I think, in the Patriot Act debate. It was very, very interesting. And we saw the intellectual Newt, the professorial Newt, but he was appealing, which is something I don't think he's really been before. And I think it's probably because he's more relaxed and he's doing better in the polls and people like him. So I think he was more likable this evening.
I think Speaker Gingrich came into the debate with the most to leave. I would have to agree with all of you. He has certainly had a very good night, with the exception, I want to see how the immigration debate plays out. I'll say Herman Cain was asked a question about Syria and started talking about the U.S. economy. That, to me, is a sign of his weakness when it comes to the commander-in-chief test. We'll see how that plays out. Thanks to our panel. That does it for this edition of 360. Thanks for watching. If you missed tonight's debate, you can see it again in its entirety next.